I warned my wife. If you post that photo with him, I'm out. She did, and captioned it, my real partner. When she got back, her boss stormed in screaming, "The company! His lawyer just called me. What did you make him do?" The phone vibrated once. Just once. A small, harmless sound, sitting on the kitchen counter like it had nothing to hide. I dried my hand slowly and walked toward it. Her name glowed on the screen. Maya, my wife. The notification preview was already open. A photo. Her Instagram story. I didn't even tap it yet. Because I already knew. That quiet feeling in your chest. The one that whispers, "Don't look." But curiosity is a cruel instinct. I tapped. The screen filled with sunlight. A rooftop bar. Evening skyline. Soft gold lighting. And there she was. Leaning into a man I recognized immediately. Her boss. Daniel. His arm wrapped around her waist. Her head tilted toward his shoulder. Comfortable. Intimate. Practiced. And beneath the photo, her caption floated like a knife sliding under skin. My real partner. I stared at the words. Not angry. Not yet. Just still. Because the worst part wasn't the photo. It was the fact that I had warned her 2 nights ago. Standing right here in this kitchen. My voice calm. Measured. I told her quietly, "If you post that photo with him, I'm out." She smiled then. That same careless smile. The kind that assumes you're bluffing. And now the evidence sat glowing in my hand. Public. Permanent. Mocking. I looked at the timestamp. Posted 3 minutes ago. Meaning she had done it knowing exactly what it meant. I locked the phone. Placed it gently back on the counter. And exhaled. Because something inside me didn't break. It crystallized. Cold. Sharp. Precise. If she wanted to make a public statement, then I would finish it. Properly, people imagine betrayal as an explosion. A screaming match. A glass shattering against a wall. But real betrayal is quieter. It starts with small, almost invisible fractures. A laugh that lasts too long. A phone turned face down. Late meetings that smell faintly of expensive cologne. I noticed Daniel long before that photo existed. Everyone at her company knew him. Charismatic. Successful. Married. Of course, men like him always are. The first time Maya mentioned him, it sounded harmless. Daniel says I have leadership potential. Then later, Daniel thinks I should travel with him to the Singapore conference. Then eventually, Daniel understands my ambition better than anyone. Better than anyone. Including me. I remember the first time I saw them together. Company gala. He stood close to her. Too close, his hand resting lightly on her lower back. Not inappropriate enough to accuse, but intimate enough to notice. Our eyes met across the room. He didn't look away. Just smiled. That subtle, arrogant smile men use when they believe they've already won. I didn't confront her that night. Or the next. Because accusations without proof only strengthen liars. Instead, I watched. And the more I watched, the more the pattern revealed itself. Late-night strategy calls, weekend emergency meetings, her phone lighting up at midnight. Always his name, always followed by the same explanation. "You're overthinking." Maybe, but instinct rarely lies. So 2 nights ago, when she showed me the picture on her phone, the one from tonight's rooftop celebration, I said the only thing that mattered. "If you post that photo with him, I'm out." She rolled her eyes. "You're being dramatic." Maybe, but I meant every word, and she knew it. Which is why posting it wasn't an accident. It was a test, a challenge, a declaration. She wanted to see if I would stay. Most men would. But she forgot something important about me. I don't play emotional games. I end them. I didn't confront her that night, or the next morning. Instead, I made coffee, sat at the dining table, and opened my laptop. People assume revenge begins with anger, but the best revenge begins with information. I already had suspicions. Now I needed confirmation. Her Instagram post was simply the final piece, because Daniel wasn't just her boss. He was also one of the company's largest shareholders, a man whose public image mattered, a man whose family mattered even more, which meant secrets were dangerous, especially public ones. I started with something simple. Her phone records. Not hacking, just observation. Over the last 3 months, Daniel's number appeared more than my own. Late calls, private calls, weekend calls. Then I checked something else. Her work travel expenses. Singapore conference, New York summit. 2 hotel rooms booked each time. But only 1 checked in. Interesting. Still not enough. So I waited. Watched. Listened. 3 weeks later, I got the confirmation I needed. Not from her. From him. I was leaving a cafe near her office when I saw Daniel outside. Phone pressed to his ear. Voice low. Urgent. I told you she posted it. Yes, the photo. Pause. Then, no, my wife hasn't seen it yet. My wife, meaning his, meaning there was someone else who believed this man was faithful. That's when the full picture formed. 2 marriages, 1 secret relationship, and now, 1 reckless Instagram post. I almost laughed. Because Maya thought she was humiliating me, but what she had actually done was expose him, and powerful men do not survive exposure. Not quietly. I went home, opened my laptop again, and began drafting a single polite email, with 1 attachment, the screenshot of her Instagram story. Subject line, public relations risk urgent. Recipient, Daniel's wife, and the company's legal department. I didn't add commentary. I didn't need to, and his entire life was collapsing. As they walked toward the door, he turned back once, hatred burning in his eyes. You think you won? I shrugged slightly. I didn't play. The house was quiet after they left. Too quiet. Maya sat on the couch staring at the divorce papers, like they were written in a language she didn't understand. Maybe betrayal always feels impossible until it's real. She finally looked up, her voice small. What happens now? I walked to the door, picked up my coat, and paused. Now? I considered the question carefully. You live with the consequences of your choices. Her lips trembled. You're really leaving? Yes. She wiped her eyes. You don't even care. I studied her for a long moment. Not with anger, not with love, just clarity. I cared enough to warn you. Then I opened the door. Cool night air spilled inside. I stepped out. And for the first time in months, my chest felt light, not because I had destroyed them, but because I hadn't destroyed myself trying to keep them. Behind me, Maya called my name once. I didn't turn around. Some endings don't require closure, only distance. And as I walked into the dark street, one final thought settled quietly in my mind. Betrayal doesn't ruin you. It reveals who was never worth saving. Truth speaks for itself. Then I hit send and waited. Maya came home around midnight, still glowing from the party, still smelling like champagne and expensive perfume. She walked in smiling, until she saw me sitting in the living room, lights off, laptop closed. Just waiting. You're still awake? She asked lightly. I studied her face, trying to understand how someone could destroy their own life so casually. I saw the post, I said. She sighed. Oh my God, are we really doing this again? I didn't respond. Just pulled my phone from the table, opened Instagram, and showed her the photo. Her smile returned. Defiant. It's just a joke caption. No, I said quietly. It's not. She crossed her arms. What are you going to do? Divorce me over Instagram? I held her gaze. Calm. Still. I already did something. Her confidence flickered. What does that mean? Before I could answer, the doorbell rang. Loud, violent, 3 rapid punches against wood. Maya frowned. Who the hell is that? I stood slowly, walked to the door, and opened it. Daniel stood outside. But he wasn't composed anymore. His face was pale, sweat shining along his forehead. Behind him stood another man. Older, sharp suit, lawyer. Daniel pushed past me the moment the door opened. Storming into the living room, his voice exploded. The company. He pointed at Maya. His lawyer just called me. My wife's lawyer. The board's lawyer. His breathing was uneven. Panicked. What did you do? Maya looked confused. Daniel, what are you talking about? He pulled out his phone, opened an email, and shoved it toward her face. On the screen, her Instagram photo. Forwarded, archived, logged, public. The legal CC list stretched like a death sentence. Daniel's voice cracked. They're calling an emergency board meeting tomorrow. Silence filled the room, heavy, suffocating. Maya turned slowly toward me, and finally understood. She stared at me like I had become someone else. Maybe I had. You sent that? She whispered. I nodded once. Yes. Daniel stepped closer, rage boiling behind his eyes. Do you have any idea what you've done? I met his gaze, perfectly calm. Yes. You've destroyed my career. No, I said quietly. You did that when you touched my wife. The room went still. Daniel looked like he wanted to hit me, but his lawyer placed a firm hand on his shoulder. Don't. Smart man. Maya's voice broke the silence. You ruined everything. I turned toward her slowly. No. I pointed to the phone still in her hand. That post ruined everything. Her eyes filled with tears. You set this up. No, I said softly. You did. Then I walked to the kitchen counter, picked up a small folder. Divorce papers, prepared days ago. I placed them on the table between us. Maya stared at them, shaking. You were planning this. No. I met her eyes. I was preparing for the truth. Daniel's lawyer cleared his throat. We should leave. Daniel looked broken now, the arrogance gone, the confidence erased. One reckless photo, one public caption,